So we're here at Tabasamu Afrika Hub in Kitale. We are on day 2 of our recovery and reset process. Our last participant, the baby of the bunch, we saw her off this morning with snacks and love, and she's on her way. She's in Uganda now and on her way home. She made it to the border, and we're grateful for that. So we're back on the veranda.
Yes.
And talking to LaRahna. What are we doing here? What's happening here today?
Rest and recovery. There's been a lot of, I'm waving it in the, there's been a lot of unexpected energy that was spent in this. And so even today, in kind of some of our closeout, after going to town, felt drained, and it's just like acknowledging that and saying you're tired.
Mm-hmm.
Not exhausted and drained, but just like tired. You had a lot of motion energetically and physically. And so I've been in lounge mode all day.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about eating, and the chef brought us something, and I was so glad because
what did he bring us?
Sukuma wiki and ugali. I like the sukuma wiki. It's like greens.
Yeah.
And the ugali is like it's like fine ground corn, maize, and it's mixed into like a dough, almost like a dough, and you use that to kind of eat your food with. It's a motion. You eat it and squish it, get a nice texture, and eat your food with. So he brought that over, but I just been in lounge mode of just not doing too much because I know I've given out in lots of ways, and I'm getting ready, like full on birthday trip mode. So I'm resting and thinking about packing to be able to leave this place and bring closure to this experience.
Talk about your reflections or your impression of the Tabasamu Afrika Hub itself, where our retreat was held and where we are now.
It really has been, it's kind of like a haven or an oasis, kind of in the middle of all that's swirling around. The people come from different places, and then you close the gate on this compound, and it's been a place of serenity. Not quiet, because nature is loud, but the flowers and the birds and the sounds and the freedom in this space. It feels very much a very heart-centered kind of space. I think that's part of the culture that is infused from Gishuki, that really it is a place where connection happens. And I saw that this past week of what that looks like. Not just the connection in the week, but in the relationships, that some of the relationships that brought the people here are relationships that go back 20, 30 years. Mm-hmm. And so a place where people can connect and feel safe. Mm-hmm. So it's like this oasis of safety, and kind of like a hug, it's a space that kind of just engulfs you.
Nice. And so tell us about what's been happening on this leg of your journey.
Well, I came off of birthday trip mode when we left Nairobi. We came into Eldoret. I connected with you, Davi, in Nairobi, and because you need to, connect up with your co-instigators on stuff. And we did some playing before we got into the serious mode of the work. But that has been even a delight. We came to do the retreat, and we had some preparation days, but we had the opportunity to go and share the social tech healing work through the lens of organizations and conflict resolution. And it was with, of all things, the women farmers of Kenya. And as a retired farmer, they my people. They my people. They are my people. And then to find out about this network of women farmers in central and eastern Kenya. And that just excited me. These women that were so receptive to really talking about healing, not just in talk, but to actually go through some healing work themselves personally. That was really exciting about what these women are doing and what these women can do if healing first was a part of how they're nurturing their community. And then we got ready for the retreat, and our guests began to arrive, and that has been exciting. Representation from 6 countries and 18 languages. And that just by itself, the gathering, the international gatherings was quite exciting. But beyond that, the participants that we had, they were here because it was important to them. It was so joyful to hear who they are and their passions. Like, so many of them, they know what their passions are, and they are doing the work of living into their passions, and then to see them be so receptive to the healing work. And so we spent a week with the Soul Safari version of the Healing Vacation Retreat. We did the work together, but we played together. One of the things about collaboration is they get so much more. I get so much more when we do collaborations, and our maestro of music and movement.
Who would that be? Who's that?
And Maji, making sure that our souls stay hydrated. We played hard. I'm talking full on swings and 4-wheelers and go-karts and rowboats and lions and ostriches and baboons and more, and snacks, cookies and milk, and good and sometimes unplanned. We had some things that did not go as we planned. On one of our trips, the road conditions are very different, and we took out something on the underside of our van, and we were way out. And as the leader, I got a migraine right in the middle of.
I mean, how far out were we? What were we surrounded by?
Mount Elgon. It was an unofficial safari because we had just come out of the caves where the elephants and whatnot sleep, like literally. And we had baboons and zebras and those great big buffalo-like animals, and these are wild animals. They were wild animals, ungated and up close sometimes, and it was a situation that was not planned. We all had a full day, and we had planned to be back here, but to see what unfolded was community. It was relationships that had been forged, not to be opportunistic, but relationships for the sake of relationships, and those relationships showed up. But our people have it in them care and compassion and laughter and joy and grace and patience. And this was an opportunity to be with this group as leaders who had the goods. They had the goods. It's already lifestyles they're leading. And to equip them with some additional tools that, your hope is that it will just bring out even more of the goodness that's already in them. And so it was work, but it was the kind of work that it's give and take, that I give, but I also receive, and they inspired me. Each one in their own way inspired me, made me more hopeful about this work that I'm doing. And sometimes it's hard and long, and change is slow, and can be discouraging and exhausting. But seeing them, even our last one, the compassion, the connection with their passions, and you just see it all in them, has been rewarding in a way that I could not have imagined. And so we came to do the work that we were here to do, and doing it where we had the music and the magic. We were reminded regularly about joy and the blessings. And
can you talk about how that worked?
Oh my gosh, we were trained so well. So we had a gathering song, and it happened to be, I don't know, joy. And Pharrell is part of it. His music sometimes is just really catchy. And this one and this choir just sing about joy and blessings. And regardless of your faith tradition, it's probably from a Christian perspective, but regardless of it, like, you understand what it means because you feel it, you know? When goodness happens in life, you're looking for it, but it happens, and like it's just an opportunity to give joy. And so when it was time to gather, we were told that this is the song we'll hear, and it means you're supposed to be in motion, whether it's time to eat, or it's saying Copa Circle time, or we're getting ready to load up the van because we got a field trip. And so very quickly, people understood that. And there were some times that something was supposed to be happening and nobody played the music, and because they had commandeered the speakers, and that nobody moved. And they see it because you got the speakers and you didn't play the gathering. And the minute they play it, you'd see people come out like, hey, I'm one of those people. I'm people. Am I supposed to be somewhere? And even one of them last night, as there was those of us and we were having dinner and we were joking with them in the group chat, says, I think I need to introduce this to my children. So I got to fuss at them. I just play the music and they'll get trained to come. And it's a joyous gathering. And so we were reminded of joy all week long. And through that, it opened up the reality that we already knew, that music is so moving. We had 3 speakers. Each of us as leaders we had Bluetooth speakers that we brought because music. And to see them juggle it around, to see them play DJ, and make sure that each person gives me a song, and I'll play all of the songs in our playlist, like including all of us in having joy through music. And so I'm grateful for the collaborations, because that's part of what you brought to this, Davi, where they get even more. They got the healing work, but being able to release the energy, the movement that we did when we've just done heaviness was really, really the yapas. Having the bonfire every night is off the topic of music, but having the bonfire every night and giving people a time to be able to gather around the fire under the stars and just connect in real time. And so, yeah, music played a really big part. It still is playing a part, because any of these people, I said there's going to be a time where these people get all together and we're going to play that music, and it's going to be like muscle memory. Where are you calling me? Is it time to eat? Are we supposed to be somewhere? So I look forward to hearing the stories of how they incorporate music into their lives, because it's also very effective, very effective.
It's actually how I got you to this interview.
We're going to be real honest now. So I say before the sun goes down, we're going to get this done and come out of play mode for a minute to do some recap. And I was doing something else. I was in the room and I heard the music and I said, I don't know what's happening, but I think I'm being summoned. Wait, you're supposed to be doing something, is what you're supposed to be doing. Oh yeah, the music has called me to the space. So that will go down in history, and I will use that. So if you are somewhere and you hear the theme song of movement, then you're probably supposed to be somewhere, or you are being summoned. So that was just a fun, delightful way. And like the first day we did that, we were out at the Mount Elgon, and they said, play it again, the same song. I think we played it probably about 5 times, like in a row. And it just feels good. And music helps you with this healing work that's heavy sometimes, because it does. It's a release. It feels good. You feel music sometimes. And so that was just such a wonderful addition with this collaboration of being able to layer that onto the healing.
So can you talk about the collaboration? Jashuki and I have been hanging out here since 2018, and can you talk about how it was for us to all come together and how that happened?
So I'm the new kid in this team. About this time last year, it was the end of the 2024 birthday trip adventure. And I think we had maybe spoken before that, but you were trying to lock me down. And you happened to catch me on the very last day, on my very last leg. I was getting my last little bit of birthday trip played in. And you said something like, well, I want to come then. And I said, after today, I'll be home. Come on. No, I need to just come on. Come. Let me know when you're coming, but I'm going home and there'll be time and there's space. And you did. And you stayed several weeks and we got time to just do life together. I think it was an unhosted stay, but it was just time to do life. And my life is very unscripted.
Yes.
Unscripted. And so, as my life often is, we were dancing in the street early December on one with a Venezuelan shaman. Because I liked, add a little spice to it. We were having late night powwow sessions with cookies and coffee with a group of Latin American men of different ages. We ended up early morning with a school full of children jump roping in a city square in a rural community up over the mountain. I ended up in my Croc flip-flops traipsing through the countryside, and I mean that literally, a single file walking path delivering holiday goodies to widows, older women with no family support, several that I can see them in my mind. But one of them was an 80-year-old daughter taking care of a 100-year-old mother. And we literally had to go single file through the countryside to take these and just experiences that were real and meaningful and rich. It all just happened because of magical connections in life. Hey, Davi, let me go show you something at the park. And we run into Dr. Remigio. And you ask about, some children? I say, yeah. And then, would they like to jump rope? Yeah. And it ends up being not just a few children, it's the whole school. It's a whole elementary school of children. And it's not just the jump rope, it's meaningful work where we get to walk in his life too. And so by you coming and being a part of that, and then saying, you and Shuki are talking some of the same things, and some of the things that you're talking about are some of the things we've talked about and wanting to bring to East Africa and that network of goodness that's already happening. And so we said, fine, let's just get together. And we did by Zoom. By that time, I think you were back in Ghana. So it was Ghana, Kenya, and Ecuador, and fighting time zones. It would be 5 o'clock in one place, mid-morning in another, and afternoon in another. And you said we'd like to do something together and perhaps do a retreat. And I says, well, I do retreats. I do healing retreats. But I'm a little different. And if the leaders aren't willing to heal, I ain't coming. And it's non-negotiable. Lovingly, it's non-negotiable. And it was the conversation of what that would look like. I'm not coming to heal your people. I don't care how much they need it. If you as a leader aren't willing to do the healing work, because then you will be living a lie. And you'll make me complicit in that lie that says, I don't have to do the work. I just need to tell you need to do it. But I'm not going to do the thing that I'm telling you is going to be good for you. And I think that's the old paradigm. And so part of the non-negotiable was you too, as leaders, if we're going to do this collaboration, it starts with healing. And I mean healing for everyone. And the two of you just coincidentally says, all right, okay. I didn't sense a resistance, even if there was. And so in January, we began doing the work of healing. Yeah, we did a little bit of planning and we figured out a date, what's the best season for it in time, and give us time to pull this all together, the logistics. But you started with the healing work. And you and Shuki have spent, that's been, this is November, so 10 months in personal preparation. Because part of it is coming saying, I'm doing the healing work because I am committed to a healing first lifestyle. Now, let me share my healing with you. And you too can commit to that with some tools that help to make it easier. And if we do it together, it'll be easier than doing it alone. And so that whole process is very different, I think, than the old paradigm. Where we put programs on, and programs are important. I am a firm and pretty bold advocate where I believe that the programs are not more important than the people. The projects are not more important. The projects give us an opportunity to do community. It says, let's find some points of connection, and then we learn how to do community together by finding things that are of interest, that are points of connection for us all. We all want to impact the healing of community. That's our point of connection. I have some tools. Jashuki's got a spot. You've got some tools. We can all converge. But the projects just give us the opportunity to connect and do community together in ways that we feel good doing it. But that people are more important. And We could do projects. I've been a part of projects, community projects. Anybody that probably has them, where you get into it. And yes, the project is important. The purpose, the mission's important. But it feels so bad. Or you leave having it cost way more than you were willing to pay or could afford. And so the longer sometimes we do community work, the worse we get. The way to change it is we do the opposite. No, healing comes first. And if our healing would be compromised by the project, then the project goes. Our egos are intact when we say, shut it down. Shut it down. If it's going to damage us, if the three of us are going to be damaged at the end of this, because we got to pull it together and make it work, shut it down. Because the people are more important. And so we started from that. And I think it makes a difference. I think you and Yashuki can talk about the difference it's made from your vantage point. For me, it's the only thing that makes sense. It's the only thing. For others, it's a different approach, and it's unfamiliar. We just expect leaders to have it all together sometimes. But it creates an opportunity, I think, even in this, where you can come and be a leader but be a whole person. I was the leader that needed care. Day one of this retreat, I think I ate something that triggered a migraine, and it was the day that we did not get back on schedule, and I hadn't brought my medicine because I hadn't, and it was the youngest baby. Just a natural affinity for care, who cared for me so kindly. But if I had been so egotistical that I couldn't show who I really am, no, I ain't got no energy for none of y'all today. It's all going to me because my body is telling me something ain't right. It lets us be real and share our real lives, who we really are. And that's my mission, that leaders in this work, in the collaborations I do, are living their healing experience so they don't have to live perfection. They live progress. They talk about real life struggles from a healing perspective. And so this started differently. We could have put this retreat together in 3 weeks. I do this retreat. The logistics aren't that complicated. Feed people and house people. That's what you got to do. Get them there. For leaders, though, to invest 10 months in their own personal work, I think makes the difference.
So what was it like as a leader being amongst our participants in the process, in the week-long process that we experienced?
I think because this is a lifestyle, I think the identification piece is really strong. Like, I know the resistance to dealing with your stuff and being honest with yourself in the mirror. I know the struggle with those places in life you don't want to go. And how much energy it takes to encourage, to go there. And so I think we come into this with a different kind of compassion for those that are healing. But it also comes where you can share, like we participate in the identification. I have been angry or felt small or felt guilty. And so it removes that, allow the opportunity to, I'm the leader and look at me. No, it's we in this together, and I've been there too. I might be there at some point in the future. I'm working on it. What you see is my best, even if my best right now today is raggedy. And then have life be the curriculum where here I am today and my best is raggedy. How raggedy? Because I ain't got nothing to give you. And you're going to have to give to me as the leader. In my old way, that would have been, never let them see you sweat, kind of mentality. But this lets you be together in the journey and with a compassion that I think is felt differently.
So are there any moments that stood out for you as you reflect on the activities and our time here? Anything stand out for you?
I think the intergenerational connections. Some of us got artificial knees. I'm the one. It's me. But we've got older people. And by older, I think we spanned 21 to late 50s.
Mm-hmm.
So several generations for sure, but to see these young men never need to be asked to help. You see a need and you realize you can meet the need and do it with no attitude, with willingness, with joy. That was refreshing. To see these youngsters where you say, how old are you? And they're doing these things and they're founding these organizations and they're working on the ground in real ways and meaningful ways. They are mentoring now. We saw in sharing the connections, 2 generations, the grand mentees, where this young man has been mentored by Jishuki for 20 years and now he's mentoring and some of those mentees are here. Like, that intergenerational connection was so good and refreshing. These youngsters are the hope. They got that young people energy. And the play. Just let your guards down. Grown folks, I've said several times, this was like grown folks summer camp on many days where swings and seesaws, like old school playground, to see them playing, and go-karts and rowboats, and to see their willingness to just let go and enjoy. Bouncy houses and
jump roping.
Oh my God. And dancing and like that. Just play. Giving themselves permission and seeing them just glow with joy. And it topped off by little ice cream cones, like we went to the playground and then we had our ice cream cone, then we went back and had dinner and then we went to bed. We went to bed because we were tired. And it like see that happen and then have them comment, like giving myself permission to play. I think those will live in my heart. They'll live in my heart for a long, long time.
So what, can you talk about what our activity was on our last full day together that morning? What happened here?
So not only did we take in the activities, but the gang rose at sunrise. Some of us a little slower than others because they didn't play the music. And we planted the Freedom Trail here. And Ishuki said that he hadn't figured out what he was going to call it. But that with us being here, and this work is about freedom, that he decided on that. And so they laid out the letters that were going to spell that out when these plants mature. And we planted some trees along some spaces that are spaces for self-reflection. And like each of us left something that will continue to grow and be nurtured here. Mm-hmm. And that, I think, was meaningful, and the doing of it together. The hands in the dirt, planting seeds that will go on beyond us is real symbolic of the work that we've done here in giving. We've planted seeds in them that they're going to take and water and replant in other areas around the world. The 6 countries that have been represented here, the 18 languages that they have the capacity to connect with. And that too is special.
Our chef is here. Say hi, chef.
Hi.
LaRahna has been diligently working with our chef to bring us some really good meals, and we've been shopping together and doing market runs. So, anything you want to add?
Just gratitude. I think that's a theme from my life. But this time, we've spent about 2 weeks here, almost coming to an end. And just gratitude for connections and experiences from those connections that I wouldn't have had it not been for following that inspiration on a day way back in December. Some follow-up conversations, and like that for me is my dad echoing that live life fully today. Some connections that we made the choices about months ago is culminated in this. And who would have known a year ago we'd be sitting together in Kenya? So gratitude, deep gratitude. I'm grateful for the relationships you have kept and maintained. Because this is not a, we just met. No, this is you have developed and fostered these relationships for a decade. And seeing the magic of life that happens when you're prepared for an opportunity and then it shows up and you act on it because you feel inspired to. Like the simplicity of that, but the complexity of all the parts. And so for all of that, I'm grateful.
Thank you.